Stephen Murphy's in County Clare, Ireland. For us, Thomas Moore's in Portrush, Northern Ireland. Shingi Marariki is in Blackpool for us. Stephen, break it down for us. It looks pretty brutal where you are.
Yeah, we're in Lahinch here in County Clare on the Atlantic coast, the west coast of Ireland. We were hoping to show you the impact of the Atlantic here, but just a few moments ago all the power went out, which is why you can't really see anything behind me now. But the gusts here are incredible this morning. This is easily the worst storm since Ophelia back in November 2017. Record wind speeds have already been set this morning in Ireland. A gust of 183 kilometres an hour. It's been recorded north of here in County Galway, Mace Head weather station. That beats a record by 1 kilometre an hour that has stood since 1945. It is the highest gust ever recorded in Ireland, and we have many hours of this left. Where we are here in County Clare, the red warning will continue until at least 11 a.m. and red warnings in different parts of Ireland right up to County Donegal will continue until 2 o'clock. As Molly touched upon there, more than 500,000 people already without power here, which is a huge total for such an early stage of this storm. ESB Networks, the provider here, have said at this rate, if this continues throughout the day, throughout the morning, it will be an unprecedented level of damage caused to the Irish network, and it's going to take many, many days to try and repair all of this. Driving around this part of Clare, there's heavy hail. You can see plenty of debris. All the hotel, a lot of the trees in our hotel were already down as we try to come here. A lot of broken windows here in Lahinch as well. So you can really get a sense here of why the Irish government has said this is potentially the worst storm ever to hit Ireland. And that's why the entire island of Ireland, for the first time ever, is under a red alert, both from the Met Office in Northern Ireland and Met Eireann here in Ireland. Many more hours of this storm to come as it batters the west coast here.
Well, Stephen, thank you for that report. Do stay safe and take some shelter. Let's go north to Portrush, where we find Thomas Moore. Thomas, a red warning there as well?
Yes, indeed. Storm Eireann is on its way from where Stephen is coming here. It will be passing offshore around 10, 11 o'clock this morning. Already the winds this morning are strong. We're being buffeted by the gusts. Even in the centre of the town here, we've tried to find some light so you can at least see something behind me. But on the coast, the winds are extremely strong. Sustained winds of more than 40 miles an hour now, gusting much higher. We're expecting that to reach more than 65 miles an hour, sustained wind speeds and 95 mile an hour gusts. You just felt one there. And you can, the howls of the wind around the buildings here is quite extraordinary already, and that will pick up. We're expecting Portrush to be really quiet today. People have been advised to work at home. Many supermarkets have closed while the red warning is in force between 7 and 2 o'clock this afternoon. And many public services too, hospital appointments, patients being told to assume they're cancelled unless they hear otherwise. Public transport severely disrupted, suspended altogether in many cases. This is an exceptional weather event with the police telling people not to travel, to stay at home and to stay safe.
Thomas, thank you so much for that. Let's cross now to Shingi in Blackpool. Shingi, relatively speaking, not quite as bad or not?
Well, it's not just Scotland and Ireland that will be facing a battering from Storm Eireann. It will also be here in England. There are large weather warnings in places of the country, including an amber weather warning here in Blackpool, where I am, and there could be wind speeds of up to 80 miles per hour. And as you can hear, the wind speeds are already whipping up. It's just reached high tide, and it's beyond choppy on the sea. And you can also see that, well, you can also feel the sense of the wind just blowing back towards me. It's very quiet here. Apart from essential vehicles on the road, we haven't seen many people out at all. There's in fact a guardrail preventing people from trying to make their way onto the seafront. Not that they will try to do that at all in these weather conditions. And in terms of the very particular disruption you get in coastal areas like Blackpool is that risk of flying debris, which the Met Office say could pose, in the worst case scenario, a risk of danger to life. And we also know that some of that debris and the beach material can wash up and impact the seafront homes and properties, as well as any people who might be on the seafront. But We know that there is also a number of warnings in place across the travel network as well, in which Northern Rail are essentially advising people not to travel. They're saying that any services heading north, whether that's on the West Coast Avanti West Coast Main Line or on the East Coast Main Line, will be severely impacted, while motorists are also being told not to travel unless the journey is absolutely essential, because this kind of weather comes with a very real risk to life.
Shingy, great stuff. Thanks so much for that.